In this video, you will be learning how to make money online, or better still, earn money online without money or without any investment at all. Yes, this can be very, very interesting only if you pay close attention to what I'm going to be explaining in this particular video. You will see how I'm trying to be very, very slow in this particular video to break everything down to the level that you'll be able to understand, even if you have never been to any four walls of the classroom. So just pay close attention, get your biro and paper and take note of what I'm going to be saying here. What exactly do you really need to start making this money? No money, yes, you don't have the money, but there is something you need to know. You see, the biggest problem most of us have on this internet space is when you start seeing people dashboard, money there, money there, money there. The only thing that always ring on your brain is this keyword monetization. Monetization. They tell you freelancing, they tell you digital marketing, they tell you virtual assistant, they tell you this, they tell you that. Yes, these are all possible ways that people make money online. But there is something that is missing. You need to understand that in each of these, there is a niche, there is a sub niche, there is a sub niche narrowing down to the lowest level. But I'm not going to be dwelling much on that now. I've already spoken about it in previous video. You can check the channel. What you are going to be dwelling is irrespective of any of these that you are going into, even when it comes to the issue of cryptocurrency. For those who do cryptocurrency, this information is going to help you very well. Cryptocurrency, all including we have stock market. Yes, you need one particular thing which is very, very important. Let's go further. What exactly is that thing? This is it. This word that you see, this is the most underestimated word that when it comes to this internet space, people underestimate. They tell you, this platform is paying, you go and create account. You click here, you click there, you click, you are just clicking. I am everywhere, all over the internet. Your second name is I am interested. Very soon they will turn your house into headquarters of I am interested association. You will be the president of National Association of I am interested. None of them work. And let me tell you the truth, it will never work if you don't pay attention to what I'm teaching now. What do you really need? You see, for you to have this skill, you see, people underestimate this keyword skill. They think getting a skill is when you have to go to university, spend 5 years learning a particular course, go for masters, go for PhD, go for whatsoever, even to professor level. Yes, it's good, but let me tell you, there are a lot of professors that are very broke, especially in this part of Africa, because most of them don't have the skill. Why? They only have knowledge. Knowledge is just 30% of what the skill is. Even though you need knowledge to make it into a skill, knowledge is just 30%. Where the real reality begins to fall is when you get this knowledge and then you convert this knowledge into full skill. What exactly what makes knowledge a skill? Is its ability to solve real life problem. And for this to become very, very realistic, you need to be able to implement it. If I teach you how to fly an aircraft, I just record on this screen showing you this, I'm just giving you information. Despite the fact that the information is good, but you cannot do anything with it. It will only stay in your brain, and this is where most professors end up. You spend 20 years, 50 years revolving around this place. No matter how good the information is, if you cannot move it from here, from this knowledge base to this skill level, you are just wasting your time. It's just academic paper. You blow the English and the English will stop the moment you leave that place. Nobody will carry his money and give you because you are just blowing grammar. No matter how beautiful your grammar is, yes, grammars are very good to get attention, which is the first step in marketing, but it will end up in the trash can. So this is one thing you need to be aware of in this present day world. You see, you need knowledge. Very, very important. This one, the list is endless. You see, most people become scammers on this internet space because they start with this level. Yes, that first knowledge where you get exposed to the internet space, you get to understand that yes, people are actually making money online, making legitimate money online. But you skip from this knowledge level, you skip skill, you skip implementation, you will now move to networking and then networking. This networking is the final stage, which is the monetization we are talking about. So once you skip in every aspect of this life, if you skip this center point, this skill and implementation, you will end up as a scammer. If you jump to this place, you will end up as a scammer. A lot of people get surprised when I show them my dashboard severally. They get to wonder, how do I do it? How is the magic being done? How is it that I don't end up getting people complaining about what I'm doing? Some of them even get surprised that they get to see me making live video calls with people explaining certain things for them after the person has paid, which is very rare of a scammer. A scammer will never try to do that, because even if he will try to do that, he will try to give you all sort of story, beating, and the rest of them. Because this point, they only have this, but they don't know how to really get this into the real problem that they are giving you that money for. If they can just make this realistic, it has a potential of changing their life. So they learn that people are actually making money online. Then they know the aspect of networking, which is marketing, and then how they can get this money from people. Now, solve the real problem, they don't have the solution. They keep whining the person. At the end of the day, they block the person. So you can now see this is what draw the big gap between we that are doing legitimate things online and those big scammers. We understand the whole of this. We go through the whole of this process. And let me tell you one of the interesting things about going through all of this process. By the time you go through the whole of this process, you would have gone to understand how smart workers operate. Smart work doesn't mean you come from here, you jump from here, then you come to this point where you talk about the money. It doesn't work. This is the big misconception that runs on this internet space. You must go through this process. Then by the time you have sufficient amount of information and a large volume of implementation in your brain, then you become a smart worker. Because I have seen people that, because of the volume of information that works, that they expose themselves to, by working very hard, they are now become smart workers, which I can confidently say I'm part of it. Because let me tell you the truth, there are people that what they do in this life today, the only thing they do is they go online every day to identify problems. Then they put up the solutions. Very simple. By the time they just see something, they already know how to make money out of it. So that is the reality. And it's not scam, it's the reality. So how do you now move from this hard worker to a smart worker? You must go through this process. And this is where I'm going to be breaking it down. Let's go further now. So for you to go from that smart worker, from hard worker to smart worker, you must understand the reverse psychology. Yes, the reverse psychology of problem solving, which in programming we call it reverse engineering. Irrespective of what you are trying to do on this internet space. That means instead of just putting a solution, like some people, they just come online. You can make money with video editing. A content creator posts that video and say you can make money with video editing. The next thing is you begin to go and they tell you can do with your phone. You begin to go and download software and begin to do trial and error. They tell you to do this, do this. After a while, it crash. They tell you affiliate marketing, it crash. Everything is going to crash. Let me tell you, it's going to crash. In short, even your head will crash. But how do you become this realistic? This is a reverse psychology now. Yes, it's good you learn video editing, you do all sort of things. Yes, but this is where the problem is. You need to have this reverse psychology of moving from problem to solution. How do you move from problem to solution? That means, let's say for example, I must first go online and see, do people really need video editing services? Yes, okay, they need video editing services. Okay, that is what is trending. That is the first step. Now, the key thing there is, what is video editing? I must ask myself. This is where we talk about the basic foundation of this knowledge. What is video editing? What are the video editing process? What are the video editing softwares? Who are these people that need these video editing services? How do I get in touch with them so that I can solve their problem of video editing and then they get to pay me? So all these processes, you must have this reverse psychology. So that is how you build that sufficient enough information in your brain. By the time you do that, at that first level, you will now move to this stage where you will now build a skill. At this level, you begin to build that skill. How do you build that skill? You will now have this information. You will now begin to locate these softwares, begin to put up your resume, build your presence on this internet space, build credibility, build trust on that particular area. Because if you don't do that, this is where you end up. If you don't do that and you just keep to looking for this money, you end up as a scammer, because you know that people need video editing services. Now you don't have anything to exchange with them. You are going to be collecting their money and be running away. Even in skill life, even offline, there are people that do that. That is why some people will go to learn tailoring, because they didn't go through the process. They will collect their customer money and begin to tell them stories. It's as good as becoming a scammer. So this basic information, this implementation, and then putting up yourself on the proper space where you build trust, make yourself visible, where we talk about the marketing aspect. So if you skip any of these process stages, you'll be in trouble. So make sure you go through these stages in everything you are trying to learn on this. Be it content creator. As simple as content creation can be, they tell you monetization. You have to post every day. Those are not the first thing you need to learn when it comes to content creation. You must identify, okay, what is content creation? What solution does content creation provide? What problem does content creation solve? What are the necessary tools I need for content creation? Where are the necessary platforms that people make content available? Who are the people that need content? These things must follow logically. You need to be logical. The people who develop this internet space are very logical. So all these things you need to, then you begin to implement. When you do it that way, you will see that sooner or later you become very successful. A lot of people ignore some of these things and they suffer themselves because somebody told them monetization, Facebook is paying, YouTube is paying, TikTok. They tell you copy video from YouTube, go and post here, copy. You finish copying, at the end of the day, the account is banned because you don't have all the necessary knowledge, basic information that you need. You are just skipping to implementing what you don't know. You'll be in trouble. You are going to waste all your energy, your time on what will not work. So this is where the concept of some of these paid courses are very, very important. Yes, YouTube provide a lot of free resources, but you must have a clear curriculum of what you are going into. One of the first courses that really helped my life was a particular paid course that I got some time ago. It was really worth it. I got to appreciate what that particular content creator was doing, but as time goes on, when I tried most of the things he was doing, it wasn't working. It was when I go through that breakdown, I now understood, okay, so this is the kind of things that I'm missing. Yes, free videos on YouTube are very, very good, but the problem there is most of these free videos, they are only showing you implementation. So if you are implementing what you don't know, you'll be in trouble. It's like you just come across a video on how to fly an aircraft. They tell you how to start the engine. The person is showing you the buttons to press. If you decide to start the engine and the aircraft start moving, how do you stop it? Most of the time, you don't get the complete information. You get half, and half information is dangerous. That is how dangerous it can be. This is what turned a lot of people into fraudsters on this internet space. You are working with half information. It's better you don't even have it at all. It's better you don't even know that people are making money online, because if you know and you are doing it halfway, you will be in trouble. Okay, if you decide to know video editing very well, you contact the client did everything, he agreed, okay. You now talk about payment. You don't know how to set up payment processors. You don't know how to receive your money. Who will you blame? So these are some of the realities. You begin to feel as if the customer doesn't want to pay you. So all this process must be complete. So that is why in this channel, I'm taking my time to put up some of this information gradually. It goes beyond just clicking links all over the place. This is where you need to follow particular platform. I have WhatsApp channel where when I'm putting this video, I drop it there so that I get notified. Then you come here and watch. These videos will really be of help to you. Don't fall into this circle of ignorance that is in this present day world. They tell you AI. Some of you went and did certain things. Now you are having copyright strike in your social media handle. Then you make music with AI. You don't understand the concept of music making. You don't understand the concept of certain things. You just go and do it. Before you know, you start having problem. So you must really pay close attention. That is why I emphasize paying close attention. Getting the right knowledge. There are a lot of misleading information out there in the name of free information. But it's left for you to decide. If you decide to just be jumping, this is why some people, when they contact me for certain things, they want me to do it for free for them. I tell them no. This is the cost implication. So the decision is left. Whether you want to go for the cost or you want to go for the free version. The free version are also very good, but before you get to a level where the free version will begin to work like magic for you, you must have a proper foundation. It's like somebody who doesn't know how to read and write. Now you are sending him to the university. What is he going to do there? Knowledge is in stages. You have the elementary stage, which is this exposure, where you are exposing your things newly. So most people are trapped on this internet space at that exposure level. Because that exposure level, most of the time, the information there are always free. That is why you can go on Google and search for keyword. You go on Google and search for this. You go on Google, they tell you I'll go to Google. But when it comes to implementation, you can learn video editing on YouTube for free. But the problem is by the time you start using some of those softwares, you begin to see that there are paid features. Now, if you want to do something unique with some of them, you see there are paid features. If you don't have any proper basic knowledge understanding video editing, where you talk about B-rolling, A-rolling, sound effect, transitioning, and the rest of them, you'll be in trouble. Because somebody will send you his video and he will tell you this is what you want. Then you will not know how to go about it. You will not know how you can be able to use those features or use other platforms to get those things done. Then problem will start. The person will tell you cannot pay you, you are doing nonsense. Then you start saying, yeah, nah, scam. I've had people who requested for certain things from me before they paid me. And how was it possible? It was possible because I know how to use those softwares very well. I know the in-depth background of those softwares. If I was just using some of those AI related features, let me tell you, the person would have refused to pay me because he will say, I don't know what I'm doing. So these are the realities you must be aware. Those basic foundation are very, very good. Yes, AI is good, but you must understand this basic foundation. I'm going to be putting up more videos as time goes on. In short, even as at yesterday, I had to go through one of my old course material that I got. Anytime I go through that course, you will not see that I begin to learn certain things that up to date I'm still learning. As simple as sending emails can be, there are keywords that you don't use in your email. So that is to tell you how some of these things work. They might look very simple. They tell you, just write email, resume. After you finish typing your nonsense, you send it and it will land in the spam box. That is how you see some of these things. I'll be able to show you guys that you get to see feedbacks coming from what I'm doing. Because you see, knowledge is capital intensive. That is the truth. People think knowledge is something that you can just go on Google and begin to work overnight. It's capital intensive. It goes beyond running on the internet and think you are coming to make money. It's serious business. So that means you must be able to sacrifice some little money to invest into that thing you value. I used to tell people, anything you want to do in this life, if you don't see the essence of investing into that thing, then don't even do it. Don't even start it, because you are going to be wasting your time. You are going to start it and very soon you will get stuck. Even on that, as simple as crypto trading can be, they tell you, just do this, just do this. If you don't invest enough into proper training, you're going to be doing trial and error. 99% is going to be trial and error because you don't understand the concept of the risk that is involved very well. Having proper training will make you understand, okay, this is how much I should be able to invest at this particular time. This is how much I should avoid investing. You just go, they tell you, when it is like this, put this money. When a lot of people lost money, people are losing money every blessed day. I joined this group just to be receiving signal. Signal for what? Signal for what you don't understand? How it works? They tell you, stock market, people are losing billions every day because they fail to get the proper information. The same thing with TikTok. When TikTok came on board, people will say, TikTok monetization. People ran. They say, no, you have to go on live. Some people did live. At the end of the day, it became their live video began to turn into war. They started fighting. It doesn't give me. They say, I follow this gifter. It's number one gifter. You did everything. Every day, you're just losing money. Till today, nothing. Because you don't understand the concept of value exchange. The first step of making money is you need to understand the concept of value exchange. By developing a skill, nobody will pay you money for just nothing. People will pay you. There are certain things that will make people pay you. One, you know what they don't know, so they'll be willing to part some money to help you do it for them. Or you are able to do certain things that they know, but they cannot do it due to maybe time or other factors. So those are the key things that people, even the car you are buying, the phone you are buying, if you know how to produce phone, you will not pay anybody money to produce phone. But because you cannot produce a phone, the software companies, they had the hardware and they had the software side. The people who produce hardware know how to make hardware, but they don't know how to make the software aspect. So they pay software developer to develop the software part and then give them. Then they put everything together, they sell it to you. So these are some of the realities that you need to be aware of, be it graphic design whatsoever. So money is a concept of value exchange. So when you see some people contact us for certain things and we tell them it will cost you money, they actually feel like, I've paid for these courses, it doesn't work. I paid for that course, it doesn't work. Yes, it will not work because you don't pay attention to go through the process. You cannot go to the universities, do registration, pay school fees, and not attend classes and expect that you understand what is happening in that school. You will graduate as an idiot. You must commit. That level of commitment must be there in everything you are doing. So this is why when people get certain things from me, I try to push them to commit, even after paying. Because when they don't commit, they'll begin to feel as if it's a scam, it doesn't work. So let me tell you, there are a lot of high valuable information on the internet space. But let me tell you, out of high valuable information, out of every 1,000 people that watch that particular high value information, only maybe 50 are willing to give it a really commit. That is to tell you how bad it is. And out of that 50, maybe only 10 will decide to push further to get a much more in-depth knowledge. That is why you see there are a lot of people out there trying to do the same thing you are doing, but they don't succeed because they are not willing to commit. Even when some of the videos are free, just like what I'm teaching here now. Some people will never commit. They forget that with consistency and that level of commitment is what will make you break. And you must understand the risk taking. If I don't invest money in learning some of these things I'm teaching you guys here now, I wouldn't have known them. That means I would have ended up like those people that are running all over the internet space typing I'm interested. So see you in my next video. I'm going to be dropping more guide, breaking some of these things down. This is just an overview for you to appreciate how this internet space works. It's all about value exchange. It's all about. So when you see people do certain things that you really admire, like for some of us, we try to interact with them, go for that. Bro, Safana, can I get this thing? Okay. If the person said, okay, check this out. By the time I check it, I will not say, okay, I will want to get more in depth on this. So can I pay a little fee? I'm really interested. See, that is how we play smart here. Because they cannot download everything for you in one video. That's the truth. Anybody that tells you that you can watch 1 minute video and begin successful, that is a lie. It doesn't work. It's like saying you want to become a professor by watching a 1 minute video. It doesn't work, and it will never work, and it has never worked. That level of commitment, both financially, intellectually, spiritually, physically, with your effort, must be there. Make it a habit and thank me later. See you guys in my next video. I'm going to be putting more resources. Don't forget to follow the channel for more.